DC Comics and Warner Brothers proved everybody wrong and made a lot of motherfuckers go and get reassured and eat their words. I was one of the people that was skeptical and on the fence and pretty much wanted to go and reserve judgment ultimately until I got to see the performances of all the people within the movie, and sure enough, they delivered. I mean, we've seen so many still images and promotional images and screenshots and all the other happy horror shit of all the different characters and all the different backdrops and scenes from Suicide Squad. I mean, that shit's been running rampant on social media and all sorts of different fucking websites ever since we got to hear Suicide Squad comics were getting an actual adaptation in real world movies. I'm just like, that's fucking awesome. So, we got to see this, and the two stars of it, Jared Leto and Margot Robbie, those two being Joker and Harley Quinn, essentially stole the entire trailer for everybody, and that's kind of what everybody was focused on and primarily interested, so it's not all that surprising to see. I mean, granted, I was happy to go and see Deadshot and Amanda Waller and Killer Croc, and I mean, even fucking Batman makes a cameo, so that was all badass. But the two main concerns was seeing, for the first time, what Jared Leto was going to be bringing to the table as his version of the Joker. He was going to personify the character once again on the big screen, and this is in the wake of one of the best performances of the Joker being from Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. So this was big shit. I'll be honest, the first fucking moment that the Joker ends up being shown in the trailer, and it's just a quick glimpse, but you know who it is. I got goosebumps on my arm watching this on a fucking phone. He comes in and you can hear the laughter in the background, and he comes in and there's a close-up shot of him just saying that he's not going to kill you, he's just going to hurt you really, really bad. And the look, the mannerisms, the voice, everything was down pat and done to fucking perfection. This right here is what I want to see brought to the table. A methodical, psychotic, crazy as fuck, and genuinely scary version of the Joker. And he did that. Whether or not you like his look, he honestly could pull it off. I mean, that's the thing that I'm kind of impressed with, is while I'm not the biggest fan of, you know, all the fucking goofy-ass tattoos, the fucking, why the grill? Why the fucking grill? I don't really understand. But that shit aside, this dude seems like he's gonna be able to fucking run with it. You know, that performance was gonna ultimately be able to win everybody over, and he fucking delivered in spades. And like I had said before, even though I wasn't a big fan of how he looked aesthetically, whenever I was talking about the trailer before, or the actual still images and promotional images that were shown off, I said, I'm still going to give it a chance, because, you know, you still got to. You can't just base it off of just one fucking picture where he looks like he's on the cover of Home Alone. No, you go with something like this. And it was fucking awesome. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. This is the first time we get to see Harley Quinn in a live-action movie. That's a big deal. You know, there's only 2 other times that you get to see the actual origin story of Harley Quinn. The original being in Batman the Animated Series, but then the follow-up being in the show The Batman, which most people never even fucking watched that, but they did their own spin on it. Wasn't all that big of a fan of it. I'll stick to the original origin story of her being a psychiatrist and all that shit, and then the Joker just kind of melting her mind after a while and turning her into the fucking psycho that she is today. So it's like his biggest and most successful pet project in the entire world, unless you want to consider some of the fucking trips that him and Batman have gone down. But regardless, seeing her multiple times, I'll be honest, every time I saw a fucking picture of her, I was just like, oh my god, you're so fucking hot. That's all I kept on thinking. I don't give a shit. She's fucking hot as hell. And also, Harley Quinn is fucking hot as hell. So, this shit works for somebody like me. Plus, I like crazy chicks. What can I say? But seeing her in the movie, you know, there's that one scene where it looks like they're probably in Arkham or in Blackgate prison, can't really tell just yet. But Amanda Waller is walking around on the catwalk, and she's looking up and she just simply asks, "Are you the devil?" And some of the shit that she does just over and over when they show just her extreme psychotic nature. Her attacking some of the security guards and breaking their fucking necks, banging her head into the bars, licking them, which, yeah, I'll be, good dreams and all that other shit, right? So, seeing all that, but her walking around with the fucking baseball bat and shit with the rest of the Suicide Squad was cool as shit. You have a ragtag misfit group of people that are way too fucking dangerous for their own good and are put into the position of having to go and do good deeds, or at least just listen to the government and do good deeds, or else they'll be executed, sight on scene, and, with fucking, exploding neck collars or some shitters, some kind of bomb implanted into her spine, whatever it's going to be, death. So, that right there, that's a pretty easy way to get somebody to do whatever the fuck you want. The scene that they had Killer Croc rolled out to spoke volumes to me because it just made me think of the first time I played the Batman Arkham games. When I played Arkham Asylum and seen Killer Croc in that. Now, granted, dude, they got playing it isn't fucking 10 feet tall and shit, but it's still pretty fucking cool seeing him that way. Will Smith, his casting was something a lot of people were worried about as well. And just because it's Will Smith, he's a great fucking actor, but can he pull off the role of Deadshot, And Deadshot's been a big-time character within DC Comics. He hasn't ever, gotten the same acclaim as somebody like the Joker or, some of the other Batman rogues out there, but Deadshot's still a big-ass character, especially within this, because he kind of strikes out on his own and becomes a standout character. And I love that. And Will Smith, he's got his fucking acting chops down. This isn't days of, the fucking Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which even on there, he showed tons of promise as an actor. So this, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what he's going to be bringing to the table on him. And we got to see Ben Affleck, the Batfleck, on top of the car, which there was a lot of images that people got to see of that, but him flying around on top of the Joker's car while him and Harley Quinn are just giggling their asses off on the inside of it. That was cool to be able to see that. I mean, we have a universe that's now coming together and becoming entwined. And I love that. I love that idea a whole bunch, because Marvel's been doing that with the greatest of fucking ease, and everybody's been able to appreciate it a whole bunch. DC Comics is now starting to do that and really flesh it out. With Batman vs. Superman coming out, and they're gonna put Wonder Woman in that, and then apparently Aquaman might even show up in that, and then you've got him showing up in a Suicide Squad, and you already can tell that the Joker's gonna bleed off from that into this, and I can't wait, because Batman Joker history is obviously one of the most important dynamics in all of fiction, let alone within the comic book world. So having that premiered in a movie like this, and then getting a lot of audiences to be exposed to all these new characters that they have no idea about. I can understand where some people might watch a trailer and get kind of confused because there's so many characters that pop up with not enough time to explain who is this and who is that, but just rather the premise of the entire thing is that these are all villains, forced to go and do good, but they're still pretty fucked up. Look how many of them are gunning people down, stabbing motherfuckers, just holy shit, katanas running around, stab, 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 tons of bad shit. But that's what the fuck they gotta do. I like the fact that we're getting a movie about bad guys. I like the idea that we're getting a movie with the Joker and Harley Quinn. I still remember being a little kid, and when I was watching Batman the animated series, how much I wanted to see those characters in a live action setting. Do they look anywhere near what I thought they would? No, because I thought I was going to see purple-suited Joker, just like in Batman animated series, and then the spandex wearing Harley Quinn, complete with her little fucking hat and shit. All that's what I was expecting, but so much time has passed since then. Harley Quinn has had a large number of incarnations and different versions of herself, the way that she's looked visually. And it seems that her current design was definitely inspired off of some of the stuff that we've seen within the Arkham games. But, again, it's changed so many times. Ever since she struck out on her own in her own standalone comic book series, whenever she was in the Gotham City Sirens, which I'm still fucking bummed that series got shit canned, by the way. It has always fucking irked me, but who knows? You know, if this ends up becoming like the big deal, then we could see Margot Robbie going off on her own Harley Quinn adventures with Catwoman, Poison Ivy. That shit could be cool as fuck, if done right, naturally. But it would be interesting if they really go and invest in all these characters and build up this universe. But I can't wait for it. I can't. You know, I again was very, very cautiously optimistic about the movie, and then just wasn't sold on Let Us Look. You know, just seeing him as the Joker in those promotional images, I was like, this shit is fucking ridiculous. I can't take it serious. But I'm still gonna give the motherfucker a chance, because I've got to see him act out this role. And seeing him in there, in the middle of a fucking torture scene, no less. And just like the facial twitches, the eyes, there's so much that could be said about just the fucking eyes whenever he was staring psychotically and happily into the screen, which he's staring down at what I'm going to assume is Harley Quinn strapped to a fucking table, which again, that's going to leave me with so many good thoughts whenever I go to bed tonight. But that whole thing, that whole performance, that won me over. And that was just the tip of the iceberg, and I can't wait to see what the hell else we're going to see in store for this movie. I would love to see this fleshed out into sequels if this ends up going off with a bang. But, goddamn, Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad, you know, fuck, the Deadpool trailer, the Ash vs. Evil Dead trailer, there were so many trailers for things, I was like, I can't wait. You know, being a fan of all this stuff, it looks fucking awesome, and to be honest, I'm glad that everything seems like it's delivering, because I wanted Ben Affleck to be fucking awesome in his role of Batman, and it seems that's going to be the way. And you don't ever want the Joker to be fucked up, and sure enough, it looks like it's going to be taken care of because you have a top-notch actor taking on the role, despite what we're all going to think or say about the look of the character now, because now that's gonna be some shit that's gonna be up for debate and arguments. I know a lot of the chicks have been like creaming their fucking panties over the way that he looks, which isn't all that surprising because motherfucker's a handsome devil, so you got a handsome devil playing a handsome devil. Makes sense, right? There you go. Anyway, opinions, thoughts, you won over on, were you won over by watching this? Are you still going to reserve judgment? Do you think that the characters weren't exactly pulled off and done the way that they should have been? Or do you think everything like I did? Maybe? Yes? No? Who the fuck knows? Either way, this is AlphaOmegaSin, as always, nerds, nerdettes, and gamers. Game the fuck on!